guys, this is Mrs. Swanson. Today I'm going to cover cross contour with you guys before you begin on your next project. So to begin, in terms of art, line is defined as a moving dot, as you see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Line is perhaps the most basic of the 7 elements of art. Line is also a fundamental part of drawing. Understanding how to use line to its fullest potential is absolutely essential to any artist's success. So that being said, I'd like you to take a look at a few of the ways that you can use line to its fullest potential. Line most commonly defines the edges of an object. When line is used in this way, the lines are called contour lines, which is something that we covered during Drawing 1 class. The example that is given here, the hands holding the scissors, we see only the basic outline of both of the forms. We see a little bit of detail within the palm of the hands and within the wrist, but we're not seeing any value or shading. We're just concentrating on the outline. But drawing with one basic line that does not have change in width can be very monotonous and it can be very boring. In order to make your contour line drawing more interesting, you should add variety to the line by varying the line quality. Line quality is also called line weight, and simply put, refers to the thickness or thinness of the line. Lines may become wider or thicker in areas where the object itself is thicker, or lines may become thinner to help indicate a light source. Lines in areas of shadow may then be thicker. By varying line quality or weight, you add variety to your work. Looking at this next slide here with the 2 apples, you'll notice how varying the line quality in the drawing on the right makes the apple appear to have more form than the apple on the left. This next image shows cross contour lines. Cross contour lines are lines that define the form of the object even further. Cross contour lines may flow over the contours of the object. A good way to think of this is to imagine yourself taking your finger and running it over the surface of the object that's in front of you. Your finger may go up or down depending on the surface of the object. If you were to draw these lines may change direction depending on the ends and outs of the surface of the object. Cross contour lines can be drawn horizontally or vertically over the surface of the object. When deciding on which direction to make brush strokes, add value, or material, consider the cross contour lines that may exist on the surface of the object. I do have a video tutorial that I would like to show you to kind of show you the difference between using just basic contour and also using cross contour lines.
Here.
So here we have 2 very similar forms. The one on the left that he's drawing uses only basic line to create the shadows and highlights and so forth within the form. This gives the illusion of stripes more than it does of a 3-dimensional form. So now watch as he begins to create the cross contour of the form on the right. You'll notice that it actually curves with the lip that you see up above and the lip that you see below on that form. This gives us a sense of roundness and a sense of shape. We can start to see a little bit of curvature within this form. So I'd like to review with you once again that cross contour is a technique to follow the surface marks of the object. It gives the illusion of the actual shape of the form to the viewer. Without using cross contour, your object will feel flat and without true form. Cross contour can be created by using only vertical lines, as seen in the slide here, or it can also include horizontal lines as well. Let's go ahead and look at a few photos that include cross contour. We see here that line variation was used with the cross contour as well. The cross contour used to show the form of the shoe, as seen in the blue lines here, and the line variation to show the shadows are located within the form. And we see the thickness of those lines indicated with the yellow arrows here. Notice these lines are much thicker than the others given. In this last image, we are able to see the difference between foreground, the hands, and the background because of cross contour. Without following the form and leaving all the lines in a perfectly straight vertical or horizontal line would have camouflaged the hands within the background. Lastly, notice the line variation, as I've shown here with the purple arrows. It gets thicker along the edges where the form is either thicker or covered with shadow. So what I would like you guys to do now is just practice creating not only contour but cross contour within this image that I've included for you guys. What I want you to do is just start drawing the basic form of these three apples. Draw the contour, the basic outline. Try varying your lines wherever you see a darker area in this area right here where the two apples overlap one another. Get a little bit thicker with your lines, and then in areas where there's more of a highlight towards the top portion of the apple, make your lines be a little bit thinner. Once you have your variation line for the contour, go ahead and go in with your cross contour and create that within all three of these forms. And your cross contours you can do with vertical lines, or you can do with a combination of vertical and horizontal.